Hello, everybody. I'm George from Ireland. So thank you for coming back to my channel. Well, lugubrious tidings, and that is that the United States and Israel, as I forecast, they launched these attacks on Iran, these unprovoked and illegal attacks. What is the legal basis for the attacks? They haven't declared war on the Islamic Republic of Iran. Iran has not attacked them. Iran has not fired a shot at them. No Iranian soldier has stepped his toe cap over their borders. Iran hasn't claimed any land of theirs. No hostile acts. And you can go back a few years. Okay, Iran was funding Hamas and so on. That's true. But Israel, the United States were funding the enemies of Iran, both inside Iran, outside Iran, the enemies of the government, and the dissidents and so on, which you might say is internal interference. Now, about a month ago, Trump was limbering up to do this. He was talked out of it by the Gulf Arab countries, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, and so on, saying, yeah, but the Iranians have signified, if you hit us, the United States, we will hit these countries, which are your allies in the Gulf, which host US military base and so on, notably not Oman, which observes the strictest neutrality in this one. So Bahrain plays host to a large US naval base. Anyway, so the Iranians, I'm not sure they're hitting just the US military bases in these countries, or these countries generally, because there are a lot of soft targets. And as for air defense, you cannot defend everywhere. Some of the missiles, some of the drones are going to get through because this will play havoc with the global economy. There'll be a spike in oil and gas prices. And Donald J. Trump has prided himself that the gasoline price in the United States is low. That's a major barometer of presidential popularity. It's low already, and so on. The state of Israel claims to have killed several senior figures in the Iranian government without actually naming them. And the Iranian government says that 53 people were killed at a girls' school, mostly children. I don't know if that's true or false, but you know, the way that Israel has deliberately targeted schools in Gaza again and again, it wouldn't surprise me, because every school, every mosque, every housing, every house, every hospital, basically every single building in Gaza is a Hamas base, according to them. So presumably they will use this excuse for the mass murder of Iranian civilians. So President Trump said that major combat operations are underway. Nobody's even talking about boots on the ground. That is not part of the conversation. MAGA doesn't want that. The Democrats don't want that, and so on. So, but you know, even if you think it's morally justified, what's it going to achieve? All right, some degradation of the Iranian military capability is not going to change the regime. In January, that was a serious possibility. It's not anymore. They've killed thousands of people, jailed others, intimidated millions, people leaving the country. You know, the regime is actually fairly secure now. It may even ramp up the support for the government because you feel you're a traitor. Otherwise, rally around the flag. We're under attack. Which side are you on? Uncle Sam again. Okay, so the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, his house has been damaged, but is he there? Presumably he's in hiding. Yeah. Goodness. So it's all very bad news. A lot of people are going to be killed, particularly innocent people. Stop the war. Okay. So some Iranians are relieved that it's not even worse. And you know, it's playing havoc also with global flights, because Dubai is one of the biggest interchange points for flights in the world. You fly in from Mumbai, change planes, and fly on to Toronto, for example. So there was some attempt at diplomacy on Thursday. Could they avert this? The Omanis trying to mediate between the two sides, but that's not happening. So the United States trying to persuade Iran to dismantle really even its civilian nuclear energy project. Forget about any attempt to build nuclear weapons, which they've consistently said they've never done. Some people have been injured in the Palm Jumeirah in Dubai, where I used to live, and so on. So I don't know what the death toll is. Drone striking Kuwait airport and so forth. So all very, very bad news. Yeah, so Dubai used to bring in a lot of tourists and so on, and they're realizing they're paying a price if you host the US military. Now, some Iranian dissidents abroad are hailing these strikes, thinking it will change things, but I don't think it is going to change things. Wow. But others are saying no. Anyway, I'm saying stop the war. It's all very bad news. So that's it. I'm glad the United Kingdom is not taking part. Republic of Ireland, obviously, we're definitely not taking part. So the US senators are going to be told what was going on, what on earth Donald Trump was doing. I woke up to find this. So there are up to 40,000 troops at various military bases throughout the Middle East. A lot of them in Qatar. That's the biggest one. So that military base itself will be quite well defended. The Iranians tried to strike back at Israel, but I don't think any of their missiles or drones landed. So I wish we could, stop this madness. the United States and Israel making unreasonable demands to say that there should be the Iranians are not allowed these long-range missiles, but they're allowed a defense capability like any other sovereign state. Why shouldn't they? I mean, they need it because they get attacked by Israel and the United States all the time. So anyway, it's all very, very sad. I wish we could stop the war and return to international law, humanitarianism. And I know it's a dreadful regime in Tehran, and it's a terrible regime in Israel. It's one not quite so bad in the United States. So stop the war may sound glib, but I wish we could have peace. Stop these illegal attacks. The Iranians are allowed to defend themselves. Wicked regime though it is, they do have the right to self-defense. This is not self-defense by the United States. Iran has not attacked the United States like ever. All right. Sometimes when the US has hit them, they've attacked American interests around the world, and Israel is not self-defense. So there's really no justification for this, and very sad. And I don't want these attacks on these other third countries. But it shows that actually hosting US military maybe puts you in danger more, doesn't necessarily make you safer. All right. Well, anyway, do what you can to work for peace. I'm sorry if it sounds corny. Goodbye.